Hello, and welcome to a very special edition of the Nerd Dad podcast. Today is Star Wars Day. Well, actually, this is going to be playing on Star Wars Day. I'm actually recording this a couple days early. Today is actually the 30th of March. April, rather. April. So this is actually about 5 days early. But that's because on Star Wars Day, I'm going to be busy watching Star Wars. So instead of recording this on Star Wars Day, I'm recording it early so that you guys can see it on Star Wars Day. But as you might have guessed, because I am a nerd and a geek, I am a huge Star Wars fan. Because kind of can't be a nerd and a geek without being a Star Wars fan. You kind of lose your nerd card if you're not. So today, one of the things I'm going to talk about, I might make more than one video, I'm not sure, besides just Star Wars itself, is one of a passion project of mine that I've been working on for quite a while now, actually. Um, that is, I have been working on and building for about a year and a half now. I've been working on building my own R2D2, a reasonably functional R2D2. So I'm gonna show you guys what I've got going so far. This is if you've never heard of the company, it's called Fan Home. They send you the parts to build replicas, sometimes working, partially working anyway. Obviously, it's not a completely fully functional, but of different things from movies and TV shows. In this case, again, it's an R2D2, and again, it will have some functionality to it. It has a projector on it. It does move. It's remote control, but it also has an automated function. It has sensors on it, so it will be able to move on its own and sense when it's uh, in front of things and things like that. It has a little toy lightsaber thing that it can that comes up out of the dome and everything. But let me show you what we've got so far, and I'm almost done. I'm very close to being finished after almost a year and a half, and I'm very excited. And let's see what we've got so far. Okay. Let me just. All right, so this is the dome itself. Top, you can see there's still a little bit missing right there. There's a piece missing. That's this piece that just hasn't been attached yet. Just hasn't been attached yet. And again, I'll show you in a minute what how pieces come and how they get sent. But this piece will go right there. But if you pick it up, and it's got good weight to it. This is metal. This is not plastic. This is metal. If we move it over, you can see on the inside. There's all the some of the electronical pieces in there. Okay, this is the projector right here, where it comes out. Okay, this is an LED board right here. You see the LED board right there. There's LED boards right here as well. Okay, this is actually the lightsaber, or the shaft that lifts the lightsaber, which is mechanical. Okay, so that pops out right there, and there's the lightsaber in there. So that's that. This is literally just a stand that came. It was actually very helpful in the construction. Okay, and we have here. This is not put together yet. These are just. This is the outer shell of the body. You see, I'm one panel short of having the entirety of his outer body put together. And again, we've got more. These are actual functional buttons that are going to override uh, the functionality of the mechanics. Okay, this panel opens right here, and he's got the mechanical arms in there. This is, again, all metal. This is the inside frame. We've got the legs. I've got both legs put together. Obviously, you can see we've got wires hanging out. Okay, we've got the wheels. We've got light sensors here on the bottom. That's how it will sense where it is. Got both legs here. Okay. Again, I've still got some circuit boards that haven't been put in yet. I'm assuming they're going to go somewhere inside. I don't know yet. The cool thing is, again, it comes with everything you need. Each week, it came with the tools I needed. It comes with all the screws and bolts that you need. The weird thing I thought, anyways, was that this container that helps separate out all the screws and bolts didn't come until like way late in the build. Like they separate things out in what they call issues, because each piece comes with a magazine, and the magazine has cool little tidbits about the movies and about R2D2 and about electronics and uh, droids and things of that nature. Um, and then in the back of the magazine, it tells you how to put together, how to assemble the unit. So this container did not come until issue like 50 something, which I thought was really stupid. Like, why would you not send this in issue 1? That just doesn't make sense. But what do I know? But so I'm going to show you real quick. Oops. Again, this is not fully put together yet, so a few pieces that are just kind of pressed in for the moment until more pieces arrive. This is the most recent box that arrived. Unfortunately, they have a tendency to have every once in a while we'll have a piece that they have out of stock. I don't know what happens there. And right now, issue 87 they say is out of stock. So what they'll do is they'll send me everything in the box that's supposed to be here except for that one. The problem is each issue builds on the previous one. So I can't put together issue 88 without issue 87. So with this box, I'm all the way up to issue 96, but I can't put together any of it until they get 87 in stock and send it to me. So I've got 3 boxes worth of stuff that I can't put together yet. But I wanted to show you guys how everything comes. You got to get an idea of how this works. So we get the box, we get an invoice that tells you what's supposed to be in here. It does list issue 87, even though it's not going to be in here because they told me that. So each one comes packaged like this. It tells you what issue it is. Here's the pieces that are in there. So there's issue 96. See, it looks to be a little motor in there. There's issue 94. Okay, and then in the bottom here, these are the magazines I was telling you about. Okay, so each one, this is issue 94. Okay, Star Wars, build your own R2D2. Okay, advanced AI system, fully mobile, autonomous droids. But again, it tells you things it's going to have in there. So the back few pages tells you how to assemble everything, tells you what you're building. But the other things that's in here is really cool. It gives you some stuff. This is about robot technology, robotic hands. Here's some stuff about the movies. Gives you some interesting little insights into the movie. A lot of fun. So I've got now 96 magazines in the movies. It also came, depending on how much you're willing to pay, you can get the advanced or the plus, I think they called it, or whatever, subscription, and you get little additional things every like 10 issues or so. So you get, I got a hat and I got a mug and a shirt. I got posters. I got a bunch of little collectible busts and things like that, and they're kind of cool. So, matter of fact, I can show you some of them. Let me see what we can do here. Let's see. We'll grab one real quick. So these are some of the busts that I got. I got a stormtrooper collectible bust. Okay, and I got a Darth Maul collectible bust. A little hard to see with the light, I know, but and I got a bunch of them. I got like 6 or 7 of these. And again, for a collector, for a fan like myself, this is really cool. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I can't wait to finish this. I think there's a total of 100 parts, 100 issues, maybe a little bit more. I'm not sure. It's not cheap. It's absolutely not cheap. I think each box costs pretty close to $100, and you get about see, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You get 5 or 6 issues per box. So, you're looking at about 20 20 boxes, give or take. You know, the first box is cheaper. I think like there's like two or three boxes that you get at a cheaper price, at a promotional price, and then after that you're paying full price, and they're like between 80 and $100 a box, so it's not cheap. You're paying a lot for it, but you get to build your own working R2D2. You get to learn about electronics and uh, AI and droids, and it's a lot of fun. I've had the kids help me build it, which is a lot of fun. They get to learn a little bit, and I get to learn a bit, and it's bonding, which is fun. And again, yeah, I can't wait to have it finished because how many? I mean, I guess I know I can't be the only one that's done this, so lots of people can say they have a working R2D2, but I mean, at the same time, you know, not everybody can. You know, I don't know anybody personally. I don't know any of my friends that have one of these. I don't know anybody that's actually built one of these. And again, you can see how big it's going to be. It's I think, uh, I forget the actual size comparison to a real R2D2, but it's not bad. And when it's spread out over time, the cost is not horrible. And if you're a big Star Wars fan and you have the money, you know, and I did, and you can pause it when you're if you're strapped for cash, you pause the subscription for a little bit because I've done that. I've had to do that twice. You know, we were a little strapped for cash, so we paused the subscription for. I think you can pause it for up to like 4 or 5 months at a time. You can also cancel it completely, and then when you're ready, start it up again. And you can when you start it up again, you just tell them, "Hey, I already did this, and I'm up to issue 52. Can you start me here?" And they had no problem doing that. They're also really good with customer service, which is awesome. There have been several times where I had a piece that broke, and I just called them. I didn't call. I didn't have to call. I've just contacted them through customer service, through their chat or their email, and said, "Hey, this piece broke," and they just sent me a new one free of charge. Or I had um, their customer service is great. Their shipping is not, and I say that not in the sense that it takes forever to get stuff or anything like that. I say that in the sense of I had a box come to me, and it was supposed to have certain things in it. It was supposed to have issue 72 in it, and it was supposed to have the Darth Maul bust in it. And what I got was instead of I didn't get the Darth Maul bust, it wasn't there. And instead of issue 72, I got issue 53, which of course I already had. So I emailed them and said, "Hey, you guys messed up." Now, wouldn't be a big deal if not for the fact that this was not the first time they had done this. So, but again, their customer service is great. They said, "Okay, no problem. We're fixing that right now. We're sending out a new box right now with the correct pieces for you." Great. So I get a new box that's supposed to have issue 72 and the Darth Maul bust, and just those two things. So I open up the new box, and it's got issue 67 and issue 83. Still no Darth Maul bust, and two issues that I don't need. and still don't have the things that I was supposed to get. I did this. I contacted customer service. They apologized, said, we're going to fix this. We'll send out the correct stuff right now. I went through this problem. I went through this like 4 times. And again, customer service is great. They apologized every time, sent out a new box immediately, got it very quickly. It took 4 times for them to get me the correct stuff. So again, the customer service is great. It's their shipping department that's not great. So now I have one of these boxes. This box I have that I keep all the pieces in it that just haven't been put together yet, because they have some pieces that they'll send you that you'll partially put together, and then you won't use it again for 5 or 6 issues or longer. I had one piece they sent in issue 1 that I didn't use again until issue 80. Why they sent it that early, I don't know, but they did. So this is where I keep all the pieces that have not been fully assembled yet. I have another box like this that's just full of the extra pieces that they sent me, either because it was just extra or because they sent it a second time by mistake. And I've asked them if they need me to send it back, and they either don't respond or they say no. Whatever. Um, and I keep those also because there's always a chance something breaks. I've only had one thing break so far. I had one of these one of these cables when I was plugging it in. I had it break. That's it. That's the only thing I've had break so far. And it wasn't when I was plugging it in actually. I had to plug it into this. This is a battery pack for testing purposes, and we had a test. I think this was it. Yeah, this is a test circuit that we use literally for testing things. It's got 2 buttons on it. You plug it in through, and with the battery pack, you use it to test the circuits to make sure that they work properly. So I did that, and when I went to unplug the cables broke. It happens. I've had it happen with computers before. So that's the only thing I've had happen. That's the only thing I've had break is that. But I love this. It's so much fun. It's Star Wars. It's R2D2, arguably one of the best characters in the franchise. The only one to appear in every movie or every one of the main movies. Anyways, so but yeah, I love this. I can't wait to finish it. I will absolutely do another video when it's finished so you guys can see it. It's a lot of fun, but this is kind of my pet project. Um, I don't know when I'll finish it because again, one of their issues is out of stock, and it's been out of stock for the last 2 months. So I don't know when that's going to change, but I'm hoping it'll change soon so that I can get finished on this. I've got, I think, one more box to go as far as the ones that I haven't gotten yet. So when that piece gets in stock and then the next box comes after that, I should have everything. And then I'll have a working, fully put together R2D2 and I will love it. Yeah. So happy Star Wars Day, everybody. I hope you're having fun. I hope you're watching Star Wars today also, because you should be. It's Star Wars Day. And if you're not watching Star Wars, at least one of the movies on Star Wars Day, then what are you doing with yourself? I know I am doing not just watching Star Wars, we're having a special meal. I'm making sushi today. Not really anything to do with Star Wars. We just like to do something special food wise, and that's what we decided to do for today is sushi. Um, because I couldn't come up with anything better to do food wise. I couldn't come up with anything like Star Wars related because honestly, Star Wars doesn't really have like a food associated with it that I could think of, anyways. Um, Let me know if you disagree. If you can come up with, if you can tell me, other than like blue milk, like everybody thinks of blue milk. And we actually talked about maybe doing that. I don't know if we're going to or not, but maybe we'll dye the milk blue. Um, but other than that, I can't think of any food that is closely related to Star Wars. So if you think of any, if you know of anything that just like you think of this and you think of Star Wars, or vice versa, let me know in the comments because I'd like to know. Um, so hopefully you're watching Star Wars today, but hopefully you also get a chance to watch this. And again, I might make another video for today. I'm not sure, but let me know. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you later.